Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Waffle with Luke and Memphis. Once again, it is only just Luke today, as Memphis is still in America. I'm pretty sure he's in New York. I'm pretty sure he is. He comes back tomorrow. As of recording this, it is Wednesday, so this will probably be the second and probably last episode with just me, as Memphis will probably be back, probably to do all the weekly waffles and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a little bit late, probably 4 days late, but we are doing the Night of Champions review. Overall, I thought the show was pretty good. I think it's been a lot better than the other pay-per-views or premium live events that they've done this year, and like the Saturday night main events, like the one-off specials. I think this has probably been the best one that there's been. Just from an enjoyment level, I actually enjoyed this show a lot more than what I've enjoyed the others. But yeah, we'll kick things off. Uh, Cody Rhodes is your King of the Ring winner. He beat Randy Orton to become King of the Ring. Obviously, with the main event result as well, he will be facing John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Does that stay as a one-on-one match? I think it probably will. But obviously, you know, I know a few people have chucked in Punk in there for a triple threat, or even Randy for a triple threat, or even a four-way between those four that I just mentioned. I do think it'll probably stay one-on-one though, just because I think they'll want Cody to get his win over Cena, and then that's when Cena will pretty much pass the torch really to Cody. I know he kind of already did it, but I think that's the moment where he'll do it, and he'll probably turn back babyface or something like that. And I think that's probably the way how to do it. The overall match itself, I thought was pretty good to be honest. I want to say it's my match of the night. I did enjoy it. I just wasn't a particularly huge fan of the finish. I know a lot of people have said that as well, but I just thought the finish was just like, what, what even was that? Obviously, Randy grabbed the chair. The ref obviously pulled it away. Randy exposed the turnbuckle, and then it wasn't even Randy that used the turnbuckle. It was Cody who put it in there, crossroads him to get the win. I mean, it just, I don't know. I didn't know what to think of it. Cody kicked out of three RKOs as well, which was another thing. Like the RKO, one of the, it's a protected finish really, and Cody's just kicked out of it three times in the space of what, 10 minutes. So I don't know. That's the only fault I have with it. Just the finisher fest, as some people call it. And obviously Cody only hit two crossroads, and one of them was obviously for the finish. But I did think that Randy was going to come back in the ring and maybe turn heel on Cody with the way that he was looking. It wasn't looking like he was going up the ramp or anything. But then when he went down the side of it, I was like, that's disappointing. I would have liked to see it. I thought it would have been pretty cool. While obviously Cody was talking about, because it obviously Randy did look very frustrated after he did lose, and obviously rightly so. You've just lost. It's the second year in a row that he's lost the King of the Ring tournament final. Obviously lost to Cody here, and he lost to Gunther last year. But yeah, Cody wins. I think me and Memphis both had Cody winning. I think it was not. It was probably the most predictable outcome. I think. But yeah, it was a pretty decent match. Probably my favourite on the show. It's just the finish was a bit flat, I thought. Maybe could have done something different, but that is only a sign of things to come between Cody and Randy, I think, because that is not the last time that them two are going to face each other one on one. I think that was just a little teaser for what we're going to get down the line. Obviously, I do think one of Randy or Cody is going to turn heel, and we will get that match again. I thought they had really good chemistry as well, which definitely helped. And that was only, as I say, it's only a teaser for what we're going to get further down the line. Next up, Rhea Ripley defeated Raquel Rodriguez in the street fight match. I wanted Raquel to win this because I think it would have done more for her. But after obviously watching Raw, and obviously without giving it too much away, a lot of Evolution matches got announced because that show is only in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, Rhea is going to face Io for the Women's World Championships. Obviously, her getting that win against Raquel, probably she didn't need it as such, but you can see, you know, it's obvious why she won it. Um, the interference as well. Roxanne Perez did get involved to try and help Raquel. Um, not, I can understand why Roxanne helped, but if you're gonna have Roxanne come in, help Raquel, and Raquel still lose, that does make them pretty stupid. I've, but overall, I thought it was a really good match. It was a lot of people's match of the night as well, and rightly so. I think it's definitely up there as one of the best matches on the show. Um, Obviously, I thought the finish was really good. The riptide off the table, off the top rope, I thought was really cool as well. But yeah, pretty decent match. I just would have had Raquel win, just because I think she would have benefited more off it. And plus, it's only a street fight anyway. It would have kept Rhea protected. So I thought Raquel could have done with the win here. But we move on to Sami Zayn defeating Karrion Kross. This match was just on the show, just to get Sami on it, I'd assume. But pretty big spot for Cross as well. I was very happy for him. Obviously, a lot of discourse online about the back bump, about how Karrion Kross can't take a back bump apparently. So there was people online having a back bump counter for Karrion Kross, and it was funny, but at the same time, it's just like no, he can take a back bump. It's quite obvious. Um, but yeah, it was a pretty decent match. Uh, Nothing really too much to say about it, really. This was one of the matches where I kind of zoned out a little bit because obviously I was like, Sammy's winning. It'll be decent, but it was kind of one of them. Um, but yeah, Sammy winning is good. I don't really know why people wanted Carrion to win this one, especially with Sammy in Saudi. Sammy shouldn't really be losing right now if we want to give him the world title. Obviously, Cross will be fine. It's his first PLE match since WrestleMania 40, so I think that's a win in itself for Karrion Cross. So Cross didn't need anything more here. Obviously, down the line, Cross needs to start getting wins and stuff like that. So, but for the time being, there's nothing wrong with this result. And people wanting Sammy to turn heel after the match, no, no. Why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. Especially considering he's going after Seth's faction. What would him turning heel do? It just wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, we'll move on to the United States Championship match. One of only two championship matches on the show, considering it's called Night of Champions. But yeah, Solo Sikoa defeated Jacob Fatu to become the new United States champion. I was pretty shocked with this match being a Night of Champions in the first place. I thought they would have held it off till SummerSlam, but obviously I was wrong. I think they probably will do a rematch at SummerSlam. This isn't just a one-time only match that they're going to be doing. Uh, I think, I think there'll be a few more matches, and hopefully Fatu takes back the title because Fatu's reign, you know, pretty much wasn't that great. He had one defense, and that was the four-way at Backlash. Obviously, they teased a match with Priest as well, and stuff like that, but he didn't really do a fat lot with it. I kind of feel like they were just trying to get to this to the end point as quick as they could, if that makes sense. But I don't know. The match itself wasn't too bad. I think Solo Sikoa. I've seen a few people say it, but he can be a great wrestler. He can. He's I do like him. Um, I think. I think he's decent. It's about time he won a singles title as well because he's been on the main roster for how many for what since Clash of the Castle 2023. 2022 even. Was it 23 or 20? I went there, so I should really know. I think it was 22, so it would have been like 3 years ago now, and this is the first singles title he's won. So I'm quite happy for the guy. I think he's done a lot of good work as well. Um, uh, since he's basically come into his own character really as well. As for Jacob, Jacob will be fine. I expect him to form an alliance with a couple of people. Obviously, Jimmy Uso being one of them. Maybe Jay, maybe Sammy, maybe even Roman at this point. But who knows? And I do expect him to take the title back. But I do think Solo will hold this belt for a little bit now, as he has rebuilt the bloodline. Obviously, Tonga Loa returned. Absolutely massive stuff, that is. Uh, Obviously, JC Mateo was there as well, and also the debut of Hikaleo, who I believe is now going by as Tala Tonga. He's pretty cool, but a lot of people saying the same thing. The Bloodline story in 2025 is it's not the greatest thing in the world. Let's just say that, but we can only get what we're given at the end of the day, and hopefully this goes out all right. Tamatonga must still be injured or something. That's probably why he wasn't there as well. But it can. I would expect him to side with Solo. I don't expect him to side with Jacob. But if he did to side with Jacob, that would be a pretty cool twist. But I do expect Jacob to make his own kind of alliances with people, and that's how he's going to take down Solo and get his revenge. But moving on to probably the weakest match of the night, and that was Jade Cargill defeating Oscar to become Queen of the Ring. I know me and Memphis both had Jade winning. We didn't want Jade to win. We wanted Oscar to win because I think Oscar and Io for the women's world title would have been a lot better than Tiffany and Jade. Because with Tiffany and Jade, I think we all kind of know what's going to happen. Either Jade beats Tiffany and then Naomi cashes in, or Naomi cashes in and takes the title from Tiffany. And then Jade obviously doesn't win the title. I think that's it's a pretty obvious direction, but I do believe that's where they're going. Um, it's predictable, but at the end of the day, Naomi's going to get a women's title, so that's all right. I just would have preferred Io and Oscar. I just think that, in my personal preference, that's what I would have wanted. I know a lot of people wanted it as well, and it was a bit disappointing, especially the finish as well. Jade obviously it jaded on Oscar, and then her shoulders were on the mat as well. I was like, come on, you're better than that. You know what you're doing. But yeah, I think the match only went on for about 8 minutes. So what can you do? Jade wins. I think we all expected it. But yeah, moving on to the main event. Dividing opinions, I'd say. A lot of people liked it, a lot of people hated it. John Cena defeated CM Punk to retain the undisputed WWE Championship. Punk and Cena fought side by side against Seth's faction, which I did actually quite like that because it had the glimpses of Cena turning face again, especially when he didn't use the title belt as well. He kind of threw it away. The one thing I do love though is the John Cena stare into the camera. I think it's the greatest thing ever. Uh, but I kind of like how he didn't low blow Punk. I kind of like how Punk knew it was coming and he saw it coming. Um, he kind of dodged it. The only thing I didn't like is just the constant ref bumps in every single main event match. It's a bit ridiculous. And the one thing I do hate as well is the ref bump happens. Obviously, Punk knows it's happened, still hits a GTS on Cena, which I got nothing wrong with that. And then he decides to pin him when no one's there. What's the point? What is the point? You may as well just keep getting Cena up, keep GTSing him until a referee comes into the ring, and then just get the win that way. But obviously, that was the cue for Seth to come out, attempt to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase, obviously fail in doing so. Um, and then you had Penta come out, you had Sami Zayn come out to fight off Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Bron Breakker. Well, I say Bronson Reed, he was still in the ring because Cena AA'd him, which was a pretty cool visual, I will admit. But I just thought there was too much going on. I think you didn't really need to. I understand having Sammy and Penta out there because obviously they're after this faction, but sometimes it's just every main event has turned into this bloodline rules-esque kind of match, and it does get a little bit annoying at times. I would have just liked if Cena and Punk would have just faced one on one with no interferences, considering it is their last time wrestling one on one, as Triple H said. Obviously, we don't know how true that is, but we can probably guess that it is. Um, but obviously, I don't mind Seth attempting to cash in because that's the whole point of Money in the Bank. I don't mind that, and I would have liked it if Cena and Punk just fought them off by themselves. I thought that would have been a pretty cool I thought that would have been pretty cool to see. Obviously, they did do that for a little bit before Sammy and Penta came out, but yeah, and then obviously Seth cost Punk again, and it's been 7 months of this Seth Rollins and CM Punk saga. I really do think the CM Punk injury going into Mania 40 didn't really help anything. I think this feud probably would not be going on right now if that match would have happened at WrestleMania 40, but obviously it did not. So they're kind of just playing it out here. Obviously, they've already had one match on the first. I think it was the first Raw on Netflix where Punk won. He had the steel cage, which Seth won, and then obviously they're going to have a third. I probably expect it to take place at SummerSlam. Obviously, Seth Rollins is facing LA Knight at Saturday night's main event. We'll do the predictions for that and Evolution and All In as well. Probably they'll probably all come out on the same day as well because we'll just do all them back to back to back. Obviously, because those three shows are on the same days. But yeah, obviously back to it. Seth costing Punk again. I expect the third match to happen at SummerSlam, and I'd assume that Punk wins because he'd probably need it because Seth has got the briefcase anyway. So Seth doesn't really need to win anything at the minute. But obviously, if he wants to take over the industry, it is an interesting angle. But yeah, it's just a bit repetitive. These WWE main events, especially over the past couple of years. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty good show. I'd probably give it a seven, 6.5, 7. It was a pretty strong show throughout. Obviously its flaws and its positives and whatever. But yeah, that it happens. It's what WWE pay-per-views are like now. You kind of just expect it to happen. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, apologies, it is a couple of days late. It's about 4 days late. Probably should have done this a couple of days ago. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening as well. Obviously, subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram and Twitter. That's where you can find us. Thanks for all the views on the predictions video as well. 76. I know a lot of people probably came over from TikTok and probably watched a second of it. And if you did, thank you. But if you did watch a fair chunk of it, because it was only an 11-minute video, so it wasn't too much of your time. Obviously, thank you. But yeah, please like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. And Memphis will be back. He'll make his return. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one.